Summer has finally arrived, which at my house means mojito season is here. Today I'm going to show you 3 variations on this classic cocktail. Over the last few weeks, it has been absolute mojito madness at my house. I love mojitos because they're refreshing and so tasty, and they're fairly easy to make as long as you have all the ingredients on hand. Now it all started when I got inspired to create some flavor-infused liquor of my very own. So I added some vodka to some cherries, a little bit of rum to some grapefruit, and finally some silver tequila to some jalapenos. Let me tell you, this was a great success, and you should definitely give it a try if you've never done it. I basically filled the jars and then put them in the fridge and left them to infuse for about a week. Now they are ready to drink, and they make the perfect ingredients for these gorgeous mojitos I'm about to show you. First up, my cherry mint mojito. Now I love this mojito because obviously cherries are a classic taste of summer. What we're gonna do is we're going to start with some mint leaves. Now don't be afraid here, I'm using 6 to 8 mint leaves. You really wanna get maximum flavor out of these guys. And to that I'm gonna add a handful of cherries, 6 or 8 cherries, and a little bit of lime juice, freshly squeezed, and some sugar. This is the fun part. Into your glass that goes, and we're just gonna muddle this all up. If you don't have a muddler, don't sweat it. You can use the end of a wooden spoon, it works just as well. I'm going to add a couple ice cubes to the glass. We want a nice cold cocktail. So to that, we are going to add some vodka. Now you could totally use plain vodka in this recipe, that would be no problem. But since we have this beautiful cherry-infused vodka, of course, that's what we're going to use. So we're gonna add 1 ounce of vodka to the glass over some ice, and then top it with a little bit of sparkly soda water. Boom, that's your drink. Next up is my incredible grapefruit mojito. Now this is the epitome of refreshing because it mixes fresh and fruity grapefruit with some tasty basil as opposed to mint. So what we're gonna do is toss a couple basil leaves in our glass. To that we're gonna add the juice of half a grapefruit. On top of that we are going to add a splash of lime juice and then a half a teaspoon of sugar. And then we are going to add some ice and top this with 1 ounce of grapefruit-infused rum. And then we're gonna top it with some soda water. And there it is, it's that easy. It's got the nice bitter taste of the grapefruit with the sweetness of the sugar and a little bit of tartness from the lime. It is such an incredibly refreshing drink. I hope you'll give it a try. And for my final trick, I'm gonna show you my all-time favorite jalapeno mojito. Okay, so this is not for the weak at heart. If you are not into spice, you need not apply. We are starting with about half a lime. I've cut it into wedges. To that, I am going to add some fresh cilantro leaves. Now keep in mind, cilantro packs quite the punch, so you don't need to overdo it in this scenario. Then half a teaspoon of sugar to sweeten it up a little bit. We're gonna muddle this all together really well, chuck in some ice cubes, and then this is where the magic happens. This, my dears, is silver tequila infused with jalapeno. Yeah, it is spicy and delicious. It's got quite the kick to it. As you can see, I've left the seeds and the membranes in my jalapenos. If you didn't want this to be quite so spicy, you could totally take those out before you infused your tequila. But I say, let's go for it. So, into our glass, we're gonna pour 1 ounce of this amazing jalapeno tequila. We're gonna top it with some soda water, garnish it with a lime, and man, oh man, that is a cocktail. I hope you'll give these incredible recipes a try and let me know how they go. And be sure to subscribe to The Domestic Geek for lots more deliciousness just like this.